Keith, it's Friday. Now it's Friday here today
It's
at
Friday.
the
Yes.
races. Welcome. And just quick shameless plug. Happy birthday to my dad, good old Scott Francois, Mr. Omaha
Oh.
himself. So a quick happy birthday up there in Wisconsin.
Mm.
But things are looking pretty good outside, Keith, aren't they?
Happy birthday, Pops. Good
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
man, it is picture perfect out here today. 74 and sunny, fast and firm. And gotta love it. We're just gonna enjoy every kind of day we get like this till it ends. I mean, this is we've got some cooler temps in
Right.
the offing, but I'm gonna join this right now. Got the shorts on, this golf shirt. I'm ready
I
to
love it.
roll.
I'm ready to
Love
go.
it. Yes.
Ready to go. Let's get things started here in this early pick five. In this starter optional, claiming
Mm-hmm.
20,000, 5.5 short on the turf for the 3-year-olds and up. Scratching the 5 zip line to heaven. The 11 Stan Hope.
Mm-hmm.
You have the number 3 on top. This is Rebel Posse for Rudy
Yeah.
Sanchez Salmon. Angel Cruz, blinkers on.
Yeah, we got another tough card ahead of us, and this
Yes.
kicks it right off with the slew of horses that have a serious chance. And Rebel Posse has run some really big races, has shown some in and out form in the past. The blinkers are going on, second off the claim. I'm hoping it brings a little bit of focus. This one kind of had position, top of the stretch last time against maybe a little bit better field. Boats are rocking, an impressive performance that day as he just carried it up front and kicked away, but just was kind of floundering in mid-stretch. Hence the blinkers going on. There's plenty of speed in here. Draw to the inside. I think inside-out trip is going to work for this one. Lucci is another one. Maybe jumping up against a little bit tougher competition. We got video of a race for Lucci. We're going to go on the go back here a little bit, back to May 7th. This was first off of a break. Just a really tenacious effort. Battling inside is gonna prove best here late. I tell you, I like this horse a lot. I think he can make that move from just off the pace if needed. There's Battle Bus kind of digging in on the outside, a little left lead. But I tell you, Lucci is right. He rarely runs a bad one on the turf. So I like his position here to kind of stalk and move into it. Because I don't know if anybody's as fast as Zyramid early. Second off the claim here for Mary Epler. We saw the speed, well, especially on this outer portion of the turf course, carry pretty well yesterday. Let's see if it does it again. 3-7-8-1 as we talked about. We got to rock through these 10 races
Let's
today,
rock right
Cal.
into your
Yep.
early pick four then.
Okay, let's
Let's
go.
get things going, Keith. Let's see how you play today's early pick four. Of course, $24 ticket.
Yeah, I got it, man. We're trying. 2-8 to get you started. I was talking to Rodman yesterday. I said, I'm scared to even put up one of these tickets. 2-8, Spencerian
welcome to the club.
Liquidator. Yeah, race to 3 with the 2 and the 6. Our legal tender and Beltane. Race 4, 2, 5, and 9. Wrap it up. 4 deep, 2, 3, 5, 10 in the 5th. Who's my price horse in there? That's a race. A 5's a bomb. 15 to 1 morning line. There you go.
Ooh,
24
we'll talk about
bucks.
that.
Yep.
We will.
All
And
right.
let's get into the first leg of that, in that claiming 25,000 for the girls 3 and up, which have never won. 3 going 7 furlongs on the dirt. Keith, let's go right away to Spencerian. Let's
Yeah.
go to that last effort out underneath the barn of Hugh McMahon and William Humphrey.
This is a similar kind of a profile I wrote down to the win with Loving Cup, who got the better of Happy Clouds. But Spencerian, the blinkers went on this one. This was a second off the claim, a little bit of a drop, and it worked. That steady progression, four wide move into what was a little bit of a slower pace. Now, Ginger Girl's come back and run well, right?
She has.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there you go, even 5 wide, top of the lane. Going to kick away here late. So you've got some horses like Happy Clouds and, a 5-time winner. Liquidators won a bunch. We're going to see if this one can kind of hold form here for Hugh McMahon. I think she can at the 7/8 of a mile to sit, a few lengths out of it and bring that circling move once again.
You also go with the number 8, as you mentioned, Liquidator.
Yeah.
We also have Happy Clouds underneath them. A lot to go through, but
Wow.
2-8-1-4
Yeah.
there for the start of race number 2.
I think Liquidator just got thrown off kilter last time, tossed the dirt race, and then last time out got in tight. That was it. No real plummet. Holds kind of the level here, close to the level in which she's going to be tough here for the tag, I think, from just off the pace with Forest Boys. 2-8-1-4, as you said. Let's roll.
Let's go to race number 3, that second leg of the early pick 4. This is a maiden special weight, short on the turf, dash on the grass, 5.5 for the straight 2-year-olds. You have the number 2 on top, our legal tender, Mike Trombetta, Victor Carrasco. What's not to like about that first effort on the turf?
I thought it was very good. A slow start, a little trouble at the quarter pole. Had to wait a little bit. Shifted out and brought a really good run. That last 3/16 of a mile just ran out of ground. I love the draw to the inside. Again, inside-out trip's going to work. This horse needed to get back on the turf. Does so today for Trombetta of the Barn, heating back up. Beltane, another one. Just some gut-wrenching defeats
Yes.
for this T.J. Aguirre horse. You can't fault him at all.
No.
I think he's versatile enough. If somebody else wants to go crazy and go, he's going to hang around. He's going to be very tough, I think, to leave out of the exacta. The 3 Enzo out of that race, October the 5th against Beltane. We're going to show that video real quick. Enzo draws the outside, sometimes not the most advantageous post. Broke a little slow, goes a little outward
That's the
there.
way that all the half-siblings went, though, Keith.
Yeah, and that's the habit, right? Witty, and we've seen, obviously this is from the family of Caravel, but ends up making, a pretty good run wide. There's Beltane. Is going to get just run down here late. Watch on the outside, the 10. A little bit green right there. Got up next to that 5 horse, drifted in, a little bit all over the map. Needs focus. It will come with experience. Obviously, respect the family, and I expect even a little bit better run today. Enzo, I guess named after the barber on Seinfeld. You remember that episode?
I don't. We were
Okay,
talking
Uncle
about
Enzo.
Seinfeld. We were
Okay.
talking about Seinfeld earlier.
right.
I need
All
to
right.
get caught up on it. But here we go. Keith Fustel, 2-6-3-9 in race number 3. The third leg of the early pick 4 is race number 4. This is a maiden claiming 12.5. A mile on the dirt. Remember, it's a 1-turn mile extended wire here at Laurel Park. Scratch in the number 6. It's Birdie Birdie. You have the number 2, Court
Yeah.
Contender. Anthony Pecoraro, Angel Cruz gets the call. Angel Cruz, I believe he got 2 yesterday, or he was pretty darn close to getting 2 wins yesterday.
This horse just needs to break. I mean, it's broken slow, both starts. Was hampered, made a pretty good move into a fairly honest pace at Delaware before fizzling. Lasix going on. This barn with maidens year in and year out, the maiden claimers in Maryland, they can come in here and do some damage. I thought the first race was good. Austin from Boston. 2 horses out of that race have to be considered. The 2 here, Court Contender, and the 5, Army Ranger. The 5 is a late-breaking Lasix, so get that noted. I know the stats don't scream sprint the route 0% here for the barn and at Eubanks. Both of these horses, the 2 and the 5, out of that race on the 22nd, ran sneaky good from the back of the pack. I think they'll both handle the mile distance. The 9, this is the right spot. The jam job ran well 3 races back against horses like North Highland. Money Room has come back to knock on the door, maybe against a little bit better. Here comes Rusty's an interesting long shot to throw in for Tim Keefe.
Why not?
Mother did win long on the turf, I believe, but it's going to be first blinkers, first Lasix combo on the dirt. Might be the speed from the outside.
And there we have it. 2958 for Keith Fustel there in race number 4. Race number 5, the last leg of that early pick 4, is also the first leg of the Rainbow Pick 6. And as we mentioned, I give a little bit of a vanilla card here today, Keith. If you can go one more in this card and double your it's good. I wanted to add the 2 in race number 10. That would have just doubled my price. I wanted to give you something a little bit cleaner, neater, cheaper as well. So go wide in race number 5. I believe you did as well, but just very simple structure throughout 1, 3, 1, 5, 1, 7, and 6, 7, and 8. 3 deep in race number 9. And like I said, if you want to add anything to my ticket structure, add the 2 in race number 10, a $19.20 ticket.
Yeah, it gets you started here, Callie. What you've got the right idea. You got to spread. You got to get yourself going, get yourself alive. And hey, that 4 or 5 still may not be good enough to get you home. That's
Exactly.
how tough these races are. They're contentious. We both land on the 2, Lady Ensign, a little bit of an edge maybe. Both the 2 and the 12 make that drop from 30 at Colonial. They both ran well, but Lady Ensign, I think, again, takes advantage of this inside trip. Has changed tactics a little bit since the blinkers went on, is showing a rating gear and the ability to close. I think you're going to get a good trip from this one with Carrasco from the inside. Fashionista, looking for that bomb shot, reunited with Rodriguez. The top number came with this jockey horse, a combo, right behind Lady Ensign. So, shortening up a little bit, dirt to turf, had a lot of chances, but at a price maybe you just throw into the mix in your exactest tries and super to rally into it. Quick power nap. I think, to me, you look at that race at Meadowlands. Ran well against a tougher horse. Horse was freshened, big barn change, had good Tampa numbers. This horse got a little bit squirrely mid-stretch, drifted in a little bit. So this jock, Madeline Rowland, she's going to have to be tied on. Paco was able to get her back out. She kept rolling late and kept doing well. I think she's forward and stays the trip as well. Lots of ways to go here in race 5.
I also would add the number 8 Skyby as another bomb
Okay.
at 15-1. Impressed with that first run on the turf.
Mm-hmm.
But Keith, you go 2-5-3-10 in race number 5, and we'll be right back after this commercial break for the rest of Friday's card.
And they're off.
Welcome back here with the rest of Friday's card. Race number 6 is a maiden claiming 12-5. Also starts the late pick 5. We have a nice little carryover. That will well be up to 10 grand by the time we get rocking and rolling in race number 6. Post time around 3 o'clock. Also, our jackpot super high 5 race as well in this. And of course, it's going to be in a maiden claiming 12-5. 6 on the dirt. For the straight 2-year-olds, Keith, we go across the board on this one. I believe stats. You go with stats. I'm not sure if that one's a scratch, but in case that isn't a scratch, give me the case on Jerry Robb with Andrea Chavez.
Not a typo with the 2 and the 8, both 30 to 1 on the morning line. This is a race I've got written up top here, blow up. So maybe Ruby's Flash is just going to get it done from the inside. I'm not going to take 9 to 5, 5 to 2 on Malibu Slough. No.
Yeah.
I've got a couple horses here that are dropping, the 2 and the 8, that I think aren't terribly far off. So with a little bit more experience, you've got the 2 off of a freshening, the 8 off of just one race. Why not take a shot at some bombs in here?
Sure.
Throw a deuce down across the board, top and bottom, and it's some exactas. But let's talk about the 2 real quick, because I know we got to roll. Starts its career on a sloppy sealed service over the summer here at Laurel. No run whatsoever. Urged, 1 pace, just retreated. Then they raised the horse. Go to maiden special weight at Delaware, stretching out. Did stumble at the break that day. Made a little middle move when caught 3 and 4 wide. I was waiting to see if this horse was like a reported gelding or something. That was really going to send me over the top.
Okay.
You got Chavez, a 10-pound bug, a jam job. Always dangerous maiden special weight to maiden claiming. Just smells a little bit to me. Might take a shot at a price. That's it. There's plenty of speed signed on, so this horse can rate and close. Give me a shot. And Tortola. It kind of got lost in the back of the pack early on in a big field in debut against maiden 30. It was a tougher race. Did make a sneaky wide move, went very wide upper stretch before flattening out. Another one, the blinkers going on. Why not? Humphrey stays. Take a shot there. Obviously, I think the horse to beat is the 1 Ruby's Flash, but I think Ride Diggity Dog as well. This one has speed and I think can stay. Kind of packed it in. Got a little intimidated in between horses at the quarter pole last time. Dropped back, but there's a pace factor at an okay price as well. So there you go, 2871. Let's go to the 7 because I got to take a shot at some bombs in that 6th race.
Keith Fussell shoots his shot there in race number 6. So let's go to race number 7, the start of the late pick 4. This is a turf event for the starter optional claiming 12-5 for the 3-year-olds and up. Now this is a scratch of the number 2 in Mr. Shades of Grey. You have the number 5 on top. This is Artemis Bridge in the barn of Steve Claceris, Jamie Rodriguez. What's not to like about this
Sooner
one?
or later, we're going to get a Jack Harmon exact, a 1551. We've got it here, Cal. So there you go. Artemis Bridge, I just like the form it's held. I think this is the right kind of distance. Did have a little help last time with an early duel, but then was able to run down a leader that was like 4 clear. Show that heart, the determination to get up. Flow might not be as quick today, we'll see, but I'm also going to go to the rail with a 1 on the engine. I think this one is definitely improving right now for Damon Dilladovico. This barn's going to start picking it up. We've got video, right, of this last race, September 22nd at Pimlico. Got good position, was rating, dropped back, gave up a little bit of ground around the final turn, but then it's going to go ahead and work outward and make this run to get it done. They're looking at the race, not a slew of speed signed on. I think on the engine, Barbosa's very capable. He doesn't mind putting a horse into the race a little bit earlier. He can carry him there. I think that's what you're going to see from the 1 on the engine.
As Keith Fussell also goes with the 7 and the 9 underneath the number 7, Castango, who I have underneath as well. This is in the barn of Mario Lopez. Charlie Marquez gets the call.
Yeah, this one just, again, steps up maybe against a little tougher group here, but the form is good. So I'm going to take an in-form horse, the 9 Super E. He's always kind of been an in-and-outer for Hammy. But, Forrest does stay. He did not run a step last time. but I've seen this horse just kind of turn it on, turn it off. Today might be an on day for Super E at a price.
5179 for Keith Fusel there in race number 7. Race number 8 is a starter optional, another starting optional 20, a mile on the dirt for the girls, 3 and up. Scratch the 2, 3, and 4. Keith, you and I both have Big Cheeks on top, and you have a nice little stat on Jamie Ness.
Big Cheeks. Yeah, Ness, last 3 years, look at this one. 8 for 14, 57%, 12 for 14 in the money with the fillies and mares. Dirt routes, third off of a break like this, 61 to 180 days. Look at it, 336 is your ROI. Now, 2 of those races were off-turf races, but still, that ends up dropping them to 50%.
Sure. Still
strong. The last time this horse ran at Laurel, galloped by 11? Yeah, I think cycling back was a little bit more sluggish last time. I think we'll be involved a little bit sooner. Some speed is scratched out. The 2's gone. The 4, they look like kind of the flow here. So it'll be interesting if Rodriguez can get this one into contention by the time they hit the top of the lane and grind it out, because I think Out of Sorts is going to benefit from some of the speed going out of here. It should be forward a long, long way with Carrasco.
There we go. We will try and beat that 8-5 favorite in the number 7 Royal Whisper, but Keith goes 1-8-7-6 in race number 8. Race number 9 is an allowance going 6 furlongs on the turf, which makes it super interesting to me. For the 3-year-olds and up, let's talk the scratch of the 11 Ampersand, the 12 Return the King, the 14 RB's the Boss. You and I both have the number 2 John Hall from Brittany Russell, Sheldon Russell, second off of the layoff. Let's take a look at that first off of the layoff effort last time out.
Yeah, a little bit of a tough beginning here for John Hall. In between horses, the 5 horse that day. You're going to watch this again. Leaving out of there. It just gets caught in tight. Has to draft well back. He's 11 out of it, into the turn, 11, 12 out of it. Mid-stretch, still did not look like he was going to get there. But I tell you what, Sheldon does a good job of saving that ground around the turn, working outward, and it just somehow finds the gusto to kind of just pick it back up here and work out a trip to the last 1/8 of a mile to get it done. Because Calming Storm looked home here. Now, you look at this horse. Now, Fun Notion had to alter course. You're going to see that one today. The 11 does alter back out and makes that another lunge late. But look at this run here, down inside and gets up.
Bam.
Yeah. So, a cleaner break. You're going to need it here. These 6 furlongs on the turf. This is on that outer course. The speed held up pretty well. I don't want to see him 5 out of it turning for home. I hope he's a little bit closer today, and I think given a better break. Now, we've got Toledo today. I'm sorry, we got Sheldon back today. I think we need him to get in range top of the stretch, because Tidewater with Toledo is really good right now. My only concern is back a little bit quick is Tidewater, but love the effort against Whitty. That's another one that had to kind of weave his way through some traffic and finished up quite well. He had a firm rating hold into a quicker pace. He has positional speed against this group. I think he gets the jump on John Hall. Let's see if the 2 can run him down.
That's going to be a really nice matchup between the 2 and the 1. You add the 3 and the 6 Fun Notion, as mentioned, and Ortis underneath Christophe. We have a Christophe Clement horse who we both have underneath in this race. That tells you how kind of packed this race is today.
Never really run a bad race,
right.
And you're looking at Belmont. And my thing is, he just might just take a little extra money. And from the value standpoint, certainly merits a ton of respect in here. This is a really, really good race. Even a horse like Monster Mason, the way Brandon McFarland's been hitting at price, is only a couple lengths behind some of these. So, yeah, I'm going to center around the 2 and the 1, though, I think, in here. Fun Notion, I think, gets the cheek pieces on today. Blinkers off. Yep.
Okay, there we have it. 2-1-3-6 for Keith Fusel there in race number 9. Race number 10 is a starter optional 12-5. A mile and 16th on the dirt scratch. The 1A Severe scratch before Assembly Point. Keith, you go with the number 2 Cecilia Mike for Corrales. Andreas Chavez getting another call here today on one of your picks.
Yeah, let's hope the weight break here and everything can kind of get this guy involved maybe a little bit sooner. He's going to have to be by the 3/8, no more than 3 or 4 out of it. I don't know if he's going to be quite capable or not, because some of the speed comes out. Assembly Point, who I like, we'll wait another day for that one. It's Severe. They're both gone. So it kind of leaves looking for Justice maybe as the horse to kind of catch. He's going to have to deal with Patriotic Party to the inside. But I think the consistency of Cecilia Mike at a mile and 16th, the 2 turns, yes. He hate me. He's going to take a slew of play, but has he? I mean, it's been a long time, if he's ever, right, gone this distance. So great form right now. We did see a Nest horse do this a couple months ago. I think, from the 7-8 stretch. That might have been to the mile, though. This is the 2 turns. Interesting test, but he hate me if he brings anything close to these last couple. He's going to be very, very tough here in the 10th. 2175, Cal.
Algorithms with his second-time routers at 16%, so that's
Okay.
why I took the chance on He Hate Me. As Keith, you go 2175 there. Let's head on over to Lightning Round, dive into a little bit of those picks, and focus a little bit on your value play. First coming up in Spencerian for
Yeah.
Hugh McMahon.
Yeah, we'll see. We've got 6-1 on the morning line. I think obviously Happy Clouds are going to take plenty of play as well. I think Liquidator might take a little bit more there too. A good effort. The barn been hitting at a pretty steady clip the last 90 days or so, Hugh McMahon, but the blinkers going on, that was the key. She really responded to that and sustained a nice wide run. Into that slower flow last time. She might get a little bit quicker pace up front today. So there you go, Spencerian. Add a couple other value plays. That race we talked about in the 6th. Definitely throw the 2 and the 8 in there for a couple bucks. You know, you want a live shot, we might have one there. Best bet of the day. You know, I could have kind of maybe dropped back off of this with the stat really kind of threw me over the top.
Sure.
But Big Cheeks, another one though. She might be against a little bit of the flow today with a couple of those scratches of the 2 and the 4. But we'll take a shot with that one.
Go ahead and why not take a shot at the Breeders' Cup coming up next weekend?
Yeah.
First has a Breeders' Cup wager guide is now live and will be continuously updated through the event next week's. Keith, we haven't jumped in yet, but we already have some experts in on Tuesday for the best bets. I think I'll be putting some stuff in. I'm sure you will be as well. So just kind of go to first.com, bet Breeders' Cup wager guide. All the info's there for all of you.
Take advantage of that. You're going to see some good opinions. You're going to see, lead-ins with workouts. Are you going to do a little bit of analysis? You're going to watch some of the works or no?
Not for this wagering guide, but for Steve Bick's show.
Okay.
I'm going to be taking a look at the dirt works and kind of giving my lowdown of that.
But definitely check out that wagering guide. I've seen in the past giving out some good prices from all of our handicappers, you name it, that are around the country here for the group. You may want to check it out because there's some nuggets. There's so much information to take in for those couple days. You don't want to let something slip through the cracks, and it's always a good wake-up call, to kind of give that extra look, and you might find something that you left out.
And might get a little bit lucky.
Yes.
So we'll head over to Dave Rodman for some more changes and scratches here on, hopefully, Keith, for you, a Lucky Friday.
You got it.